Three.
As I've traveled through this over 50 years of being a Christian, I'm probably closer, without a doubt, I'm closer to God now than I've ever been. And I seemingly get closer and closer every day. You know, I started reading the Bible completely through when I was 25 or 26 years old, reading through the Bible completely in a year. So now I've read the Bible through about 40 times. So I'm into God's Word in my daily life more than I've ever been, because I know more of God's Word. I know more of what God is trying to talk to me about. And it's impacted me in so many ways in my business career. And of course, you know, people don't think about what I do as work, you know, but we've been doing that television show for 39 years. We've been fishing. I've been fishing professionally. I fished my first professional bass fishing tournament 50 years ago. No one's ever fished professionally in national tournaments for 50 years. And without a doubt, I couldn't have done all of that without that close relationship with Jesus. And it affects me in so many ways. You know, several years ago, we had a big beer company, largest beer company in the world, I guess, come into bass fishing and sponsor bass fishing, put a lot of money in there. But in order to make the Bassmaster Classic, in order to qualify for the Angler of the Year title, which I had won a couple of times before, in order to get points for that season, you had to wear a beer patch, their beer patch, obviously, on your tournament shirt. You had to put their decal on your bass boat, and I refused to do that. You were still allowed to fish the tournaments, you just simply could not qualify for all the big prizes. So it was giving up a tremendous part of being a professional bass fisherman to do that. But I did that, and the amazing thing is that within days after I made that, and it really wasn't a decision, I didn't think about it or pray about it or ask God if that's what I was supposed to do. I mean, I knew that was something I was not supposed to do, so I didn't do it. But immediately, within just a few days, God validated that decision, and then He revalidated that several times after that I had made the correct decision. And ironically, I was chastised by other fishermen. Ironically, that beer company is no longer involved in bass fishing. Bass fishing is doing just great without them. And what the guys were criticizing me for of maybe costing us a big sponsor really didn't have any effect on it at all. It was a short-term deal. But it affects everything that I do. It affects the relationships I have with sponsors. It affects the way that I handle myself at tournaments. And it actually affects how I do in tournaments and what sponsorships I have, because I see God at work in so many things. I see it every day, and things that I say, wow, I can't believe that happened, or wow, I can't met that guy, or wow, I can't believe that sponsor came in and they're sponsoring our show. We've lost sponsorships that are huge sponsorships, and rather than fret about it or worry about it or think, well, you know, this is disastrous, I don't know how I'm going to make it, I just immediately, you know, start talking to God about it, and I just give Him that problem. He says He'll fight our battles for us anyway. I give Him that problem, and it doesn't happen sometimes overnight. Sometimes it does. Immediately I have something that replaces what I've lost, and usually not only replaces what I lost, but it's more than that. You know, the Bible tells us that when we're wrong, when something happens that we're tested or tried with in our life, that we'll be paid back double. And I've seen that happen so many times. I've actually seen losing a $100,000 sponsor and getting a $200,000 sponsor back. And now you think, well, that's just a coincidence. No, that's directly from God's Word, which is what I live by day by day by day by day.